The top 100 agents are the best of the best, listing and selling more than any other agent in Australia.
Sold. Congratulations, sir. Well done.
These are the practices, actions and beliefs of the most successful agents in Australian real estate. Raw, honest and completely uncut. Welcome to REB's Secrets of the Top 100 Agents.
Well, g'day everyone, it's Liam Garman here, editor of Real Estate Business, back with an episode of Secrets of the Top 100 Agents. And my guest today is someone who you're all going to know. You're all going to know because whenever I'm on Instagram, I see him every single day. His Instagram's blown up. Probably one of the best and most effective marketing strategies that I've seen from any agent right across the country. And I'm talking to the one and only, he needs no introduction, Amir Jahan, founder and group selling principal at A-Class Estate Agents. Mate, welcome to the podcast.
Thank you, Liam. Thank you for having me, my man.
Man, I've been looking through your Instagram. It's mind-blowing. You're getting traction. You're cutting through. People know you. You're a household name. Before we touch into that, talk to me about your story, what brought you into real estate, and I know you've got a really interesting background in how you grew up as well.
Oh, no, thank you, Liam, for having me, first of all, man. Appreciate all your kind words. And look, as like some people know my story, some don't, but with me, how to get into real estate, it started from a kid, 14 years old, moved out of the house, and for 3 months, he was homeless himself. So I learned a lot in the street. I started working with older people. So I think I grew up so fast because I was dealing with people older than me, more experience. Anyway, at 15 years old, 16, I started working in the restaurant. But I always loved to deal with people, new people. I always wanted to do real estate. 18 years old, got my certificate. And 19, I started working for someone for free because no one was giving the opportunity to a new kid that doesn't know anything. I said, all right, so I'm going to go start working for someone with no money. I started working with someone for 1 year with no money, working 6 days, trying to learn every single thing. And at 20 years old, I think, I started getting to it more professional.
Yeah. And where was that?
I started working in Liverpool.
Yeah.
As a leasing officer, just showing properties to other people, and that was my job for the first 6 months. But me, whenever I was in the role that they're giving me, I always want to learn more. So at leasing office, I was a leasing officer, but I used to sit with property managers to see what they're doing. I got promoted to property manager. I was trying to learn about senior property manager. But they didn't give me senior property manager. They said, you got to stay in property manager. So in 2022, end of it, I moved to Parramatta.
Yep.
That's the whole story started. So I started as a senior property manager in Parramatta, but it wasn't enough for me. I wanted to learn about more sale. That was the next step. So I worked as a senior property manager for 1 year, started learning about sale. And then I moved to sale. I wasn't doing sale for a long time, probably 6 months, and I decided to challenge myself and do an independent, open up my own business.
Yeah.
So 2 years, I think 2 years I was in Parramatta, 2 years, and 2 years later I opened up my own.
Yeah. So you took the leap to making your own business. How have you found that?
And at the beginning, I'm not going to lie, at the beginning it was hard.
Yeah, it'd be scary.
Like you're starting a business by yourself, alone. You don't even have any properties. You don't have any connection. So it was hard. But I always wanted to do things differently. I didn't want to be like same as everyone else. So I started opening up the business, and I did an opening night video. Got about 15 cars there.
Yeah.
G-Wagon, Rose, GT, everything. Got 10 cars there to get people attention.
Yeah.
So after that, I got a call from 2 owners. They say, Amir, we saw you on Instagram. I saw you doing it yourself. Would you manage my property? So of course, 100%. So it started with 2 properties. Now, a year later, we're managing now 150 properties.
Yeah.
And obviously, I've got 11 staff members.
11?
Yeah, and we opened up the second office in Rouse Hill.
Yep.
Looking to obviously open up the third one in Chatswood very soon.
Yeah, fantastic. So, the reason that, I saw you and I was so taken by your marketing and your cut through, because it's something that, not every agent does well, but you've managed to carve out this niche and become kind of, super influential online, right? What formed, like in your mind when you were creating your marketing strategy, what strategy did you have in mind? How did you go about it?
Look, to be honest, Liam, I used to watch a lot of real estate videos. This is go back to when I started real estate. I started watching a lot of real estate videos, and every single one of them, they had the same thing. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome home. Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome home. Stand in front of the camera. People, so when you watch those videos, they get about maximum 3,000, 4,000 views. But when you're talking about marketing, you want to market a property, I believe that this video got to reach out to 100,000 people. Yeah. If it's not, so I'm not doing it right. I always loved cars. Like, this is when I was even a kid. I started, when I was 19, I bought a car, Audi TT 2017, I think. And it was on finance, but I bought it because I love cars. I didn't have money, but I bought a good car. So I say what to do. I say, let me combine cars and property together. So how I started with my first property video when I signed it. It was a big house in Castle Hill. I got a blue Lamborghini there. Yeah. And the Lamborghini got a lot of attention. Yeah. And then after that, because I was selling properties in Parramatta, old properties, $400,000, $500,000 unit. I'm like, what do I have to do to get this property to show it outside? Because realestate.com domain is not enough. Too many units in Parramatta. I started with $1 million car, Rose. I took it there, put it in front of the property. People loved the car. Yeah. And started watching all the way to the end. Yeah. And that's all happened. That's all started. I'm like, okay, it's getting a lot of, but at the same time, it was getting a lot of hate. A lot of bad negative comments. Oh, the car was more than the house. Are you stupid doing this? The owner paying all the marketing to car. But the reality was I wasn't charging the owners for marketing. I was doing everything myself. Yeah. So it was, nothing comes from the owner's pocket. But that's, the cars was getting a lot of attention. So when they look at the cars, automatically the property comes as well. So this, yeah,
100%. Because and you're so right with like realestate.com and domain. You're just one of 1,000 listings, right? So how do you're doing it? You're using the car as a tool to get cut through from people. Did you see that versus say traditional strategies for a real estate campaign? Was it easier to find buyers for the property?
Look, you won't believe it, but if I tell you, I sold a couple of property through Instagram. Yeah. And I'm getting a lot of leads through Instagram. Yeah. It's a very strong platform, I believe. And it's like Instagram, TikTok. A lot of people good on TikTok, a lot of on Instagram. So two different things. But I think Instagram is a very strong platform. And it's not like, if you look at it back in the days, like 3, 4, 5 years ago, people wasn't very active on social media. They used to do letterbox drop. Yeah. They used to do the kind of newspaper to promote the property. But these days, everyone have this phone. Yeah. Everything is on the phone. You search about Liam, all the information about Liam comes up. So everyone have the phone. It doesn't matter how old they are, from 14 years old, 13 years old kid. I've seen they have phone till 70, 80, 90 years old. So Instagram, I started focusing on Instagram. I didn't even have Instagram work till end of 2022. I started my page beginning of 2023. Yeah. And I started posting a video of myself just walking to the property. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, this property.
You went like traditional, traditional route. Yeah.
This property coming to the market. Yeah. Nothing. 200 views. Yeah. And so I think the traditional way, respectfully, it's done. You can't do it. If you putting a video on Instagram, and you are getting 400, 500 views, 1,000 views, I believe, like, just don't post it.
Yeah.
If you want to post it and promote it properly, so then do it properly.
And it's good. It's a good outcome for your clients and for the seller as well, right? Because
100%.
like you said, you know, if this is coming from your back pocket and there are 1,000 other listings, you're getting them the cut through and you're finding them their buyer.
Yeah.
How is your business performing at the moment? How is A-Class performing at the moment?
A-Class is doing good. Very happy.
Well, you're looking to open a third office.
Yeah, third office. Very happy. And if I'll go back, I still would do the A-Class.
Yep.
As I said, at the beginning, very hard. It's the first 6-7 months, you got to pay the rent for the office. You got to pay insurance. You got to pay a lot of bills. First 6 months, a lot of softwares. We real estate agents, we work with a lot of softwares.
Yeah, 100%.
So at the first, very hard, but now, thank God, very happy. So a year later, managing close to 150 properties. And myself, I signed about 15 properties this week only. So that means we are growing. We are growing so fast. I think we are the fastest growing agency in Parramatta at the moment.
Yeah, that's
because if you drive around Parramatta, you see all our signs around here.
How many houses are you listing?
As I said, we've got at the moment we have only 11 properties on the market.
Yep.
And as I say, we've signed about 15, which goes to the market within the next couple of weeks.
Wow. So that's quick growth.
Yeah. So it's around 25 for a new agency.
Yeah, 100%.
And you got to compete with a lot of big agencies. So I'm working CBD, Parramatta, and it's not like an area or suburb. There's only 1 or 2 agencies. So Parramatta, I think there's 2,000 agents around Parramatta. There's too many agencies around. Like next door to my office, there's an agency on the left. When you walk down on the right side, there's another agency.
Oh, yeah, literally everywhere.
There's everywhere.
Yeah. Everywhere. How many clients do you think you're getting through your marketing strategies?
And most of them.
Yeah.
Most of my clients coming from online platform.
Yeah.
I get calls. Hey, I saw the property in Blackhead. The owner of that property called me, say, I'm going to sell it with you, but I want you to do it with cars.
Yeah.
So it works. People like it.
Yeah.
And I did it. And I signed it, sold within 4 weeks. Everyone happy. Got the buyer through Instagram as well.
Yeah, that's
so
insane.
The seller and buyer, they both came from social media.
Yeah.
Which is a funny thing, man.
Yeah.
But yeah, look, when I say we're doing good, because I look in the back, 14 years old kid, move out of the house, didn't know what to do. 15, 16 years old, working at the restaurant, making little money to just rent a share room. I was in the share room for 2 years.
Yeah.
And we were, obviously after that, I worked in the tire shop for a bit better money. I needed money that time.
Yeah.
But when I was working in tire shop, I used to hold my certificate, going to real estate agencies, door next door. But no one wanted the new kid to start.
Of course. And then you get to work for free.
And but they didn't give me the opportunity. And after I started working in Lidcombe in that agency for free for 1 year.
Yeah, it's wild.
Yeah, and after 1 year, we're here now.
Yeah. Now, talk to me like marketing and getting your name out there in a cluttered market is something that a lot of agents don't do well, you know, and you've already touched on it. You've got the real traditional style of walking through, filming, saying like, oh, and here's a bedroom and here's a shower or whatever. But if you're getting, like you said, a couple hundred views, you're not really making it worth your time. And you're not like, in the end, the reason that you're doing this is to find potentially interested parties to buy the house. And if you're not doing that, and if you're stuck on like 30 followers or something, you're not actually going to be finding anyone.
100%, yeah.
You're probably like the leading agent in this game in terms of real breakthrough strategies in marketing. What tips, what advice do you have for other people? I know you're kind of advising everyone, but what tips do you have for people to cut through the cluttered market?
And I don't think I'm that old enough to give people advice, but in social media, look, all I can say, if you want to do it differently, you got to come with the different ideas. I've seen a lot of agents to buy fake followers.
Yeah.
They go to the client, look at me, I have 80K followers. And then when you go to the views, 200, 300. So you're just fooling yourself. If you want to get out there, you got to be yourself.
You're probably also maybe even losing business if your vendor is like, you're actually just lying. Like, you're not real.
Yeah. So, well, you do, yeah. Look, I lost business myself. They didn't like me. I called this owner, I say, I'm Amir Jahan. And, you're the guy you're doing luxury cars. I'm like, yeah. He's like, nah, mate, not interested.
Yeah.
So it's not like everyone happy. The way you get negative people, you get hates, but all I can say to people that they want to do good, they should be themselves. You got to be yourself. You got to show your real face. If you stand in the camera and say, like, just it's like a person that wearing short and singlet every day and you want to put a suit on them, it doesn't suit him.
Yep.
So you just got to be yourself. Stay in front of camera. Don't worry about what other people say. Don't worry about what comments you're going to get. Just be yourself and you will smash it.
Yeah. Looking forward for the next 12 months, what are your key goals for your business?
Man, at the moment, my goal is I know it's too early, but I'm not focusing on signing a lot of property. I'm focusing to expand my business and kind of make it a franchisee out there if I can. Because in 1 year, we open up one office and we are planning the one in Chatswood is kind of franchise.
Yeah.
It's a small agency that asked me to give them the brand. So that's my goal for the first.
So you've already kind of started expanding into that franchise.
Yes, we did the contract, everything ready to be signed and everything ready to proceed.
Yeah.
I'm trying to make my business like go franchisee soon. Yeah.
Yeah, that's insane. And it makes sense because you would have that flow on marketing to your franchisees as well, because they're kind of buying into the model. They're buying into how you operate. They're buying into that that cut through that you're getting. And I know you've got a lot of cut through. You're on you're on channel 7 or something.
I was on channel 9, channel 10, the project, current affairs.
You're the project.
Yeah, the project, current affairs, and I was another, and I went to radio Keys. You know the Keys. Was it 10 6 100 or 6? I don't know.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
The Keys, I was on the radio as well. I've been on news, Daily Mail. There's too many. They call me every week.
So they all see you.
It's all come from social media or Instagram. Like, if I didn't have Instagram, they didn't know me. And as I said, my Instagram is not that old to say, I built it. I just opened up in 2023. Are we in 24, 25?
25, yeah. So 1.5 years or something.
Year and a half, 2 years.
Yeah.
But all I did, I was just myself in front of the camera. I don't want to act like they were telling me, my boss used to tell me, you need to do professional. You need to be more professional, people like it. But I want to be myself.
Yeah.
I'm selling property to someone like Liam.
Yeah.
So Liam is like me. Why would I act like I'm someone else? Hey, Liam, how are you? Welcome to the property. But I want to be, hey, Liam, how you doing, my man? What's happening? I want to be myself. I don't want to pretend I'm someone else.
Build an actual human relationship.
Yeah.
Which is, and it does make sense. I mean, like the professional... But it's not like it's not professional, like professional means different things to different people.
100%.
What you've done is by bringing interest to a unit, and you know how much oversupply of units there are in the Parramatta area.
Too many.
What your way of approaching that professionalism is, I just got my client like 50,000 views in 3 days.
100%.
That's professional.
The property seeing buyer. So, and then I'm kind of, I don't want to say I'm very strong in Parramatta, but I'm the fastest selling agent. I'm selling the units within 4 weeks now. Yeah. So all these agents, old agents out there, these units, if you go on realestate.com, in Parramatta, these properties on the market for 100 days, for 200 days, some of them for a year. They're not selling. So if you sign a property, goes to the market, the goal is to sell it. It doesn't matter how you're making that happen, you have to sell it. So how am I selling it? I'm trying to promote the property different way. So I don't just put on realestate.com, sit at home waiting for the property to get sold.
Yeah.
No, I don't do that. I put on social media, I do a different video, different strategy, and people see it, they come.
Do you have more people come to the open homes because of
Yes, I do.
Yeah, because I can imagine it, because you'd almost be like, if it's one of those things where people always go to an open home to have like a look in, but if you're living locally, oh man, I saw this on Instagram. It's really cool. Let's go have a look.
Oh, sometimes it's funny because some of them they come up, can we take a photo? I'm like, take a photo. And I'm not like some big actors.
Yeah.
I'm a real estate agent. They come.
But they come to get a photo with you.
They're like, where is the car?
So
where did you park the car? Where is the supercars?
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't have a supercar, man. It's a shit box out there. Go take a photo with it.
You're pretty but you're also pretty honest about it as well. Like when you were getting, it might have been one of the news channels which I watched you on, and they were pressing you over the cars.
Yeah.
And you're like, well, no, like I rent them as the tool.
Yeah, I rent them. Yeah, I'm not gonna say I own them.
Yeah.
I rent every single one of them. But I used to drive a shitty Lexus 2006 myself, and then obviously I grow and I bought another car, but still they're not like $500 million car.
Yeah,
and I'll rent every single one of them, and I'll pay too much for them as well.
Yeah,
and it's not coming out of the vendor's pocket. That we don't even charge them for marketing.
Do you do any other kind of marketing? Like what other facets are there to your strategy?
If it's a good house, if it's a good house, like we sold a good house in Mandroid, and that one sold through social media. I'm gonna tell you the story, man.
Yeah.
This property in Mandroid, we got the suburb record price. We sold it for $2.3 million.
Yeah.
Beautiful property, beautiful. It got everything 0 to 100. What I did for a $2.3 million property, I took a car, the car that was a smash, Toyota Corolla, $2,000. So I didn't take a super car for a super house. I took the car that was kind of right off to a super house. So the car got attention again. Yeah. Oh, well, you're putting a shit box for a big house. And I got a buyer through social media. He called me first. He's like, oh, I've seen this house. Can I come have a look? I'm like, yeah, come have a look. He came had a look. It was the guy that bought it. He came from social media, and we had another guy. So the bid, $2.3 million, suburb record price, sold.
Yeah.
But I put that property on Daily Mail and News as well. So that was another promotion for them. I didn't want to put it on Instagram because it was a good property. I called Daily Mail, I called News. I said, can we promote this property? So we put it on there. We'll put it on the news as well.
So you don't necessarily bother with the whole like letterboxing and stuff?
I don't do letterbox drop now. Yeah. I believe it doesn't work. Like every morning if you go to your mailbox and see these 10 agents paper, what do you do?
Just throw them. Yeah, I think I've, sometimes I read it, but.
You read it, but you never call them.
No, I never call them. Actually, sometimes I find like, sometimes I feel like their strategy's wrong as well because I get these letters and it's like, we sold the unit next door or we sold the house next door for a record price. But they don't tell you the price.
But you know what I do for marketing around the area? I don't do letterbox drop, but I get these boards, these signboards with my picture on it, and I don't even put thinking of selling. I put like funny comments on it. Like what did I put on my last one? Can I check my phone? I'll show you this.
Yeah.
So the last one we put so instead of we put are you thinking of selling, we put funny comments on the sideboards with my picture on it, and people read it, get interested, so they see my face. Instead of I do letterbox drop, they see but the board is there in front of the house. How many cars pass that signboard? Too many. They see my face. So when I call them, I give them a call. Hey, Amir Jahan here, the guy with the beard and a smile. They know me, the guy with the beard and a smile.
Yeah.
And they know me straight away and start talking to them. So for example, one of my signs was thinking of selling. We can help you move your stuff and your life. That was one.
Yeah.
So there was another signboard. It was like, is it time to sell? Let's make your house the hottest property on the block. Or selling your home. Let's make your neighbors jealous of your selling skill.
Yeah, that's good.
Ready to say goodbye to your old place. We'll help you to pack in this style.
Yeah.
Thinking of selling? Call us. We promise not to wear you out. You're welcome. So it's a lot of, we put a lot of funny comments like that, or a lot of more than that, like heaps of them. But yeah, to just get the attention from our side. I don't 100%. Just put, are you thinking of selling or buying? People, they don't care. You got to put something catchy so they can get your attention. So if you're driving around, you see my head, and next to it, you will be considered selling, like reading what it says, because if it's 2 lines, it's not the same as everyone else. Are you thinking of selling? You will read it and you see their head, and that's you drive past. You're never gonna call me from the signboard. I had never ever someone call me from signboard, say, hey, I'll show you. But that advertising help you to people know your face. 100%. So when you call someone, they know you. You make that trust.
Yeah. So look, we're recording this on a Friday. What is your weekend looking like? A lot of.
We've got 15 open homes tomorrow.
Yeah.
3 auctions. 2 of them we are negotiating with the buyers. Hopefully they're going to sell tomorrow. No, hopefully we're probably going to sell. And there's another one that we got an offer. We're negotiating with the owner. So 15 open homes. Then a lot of them, and our rental, most of them rented out. So thank God. We've got a busy weekend tomorrow.
Are you going to move into any of the commercial space as well, or stick with residential?
No, we've got commercial. We manage commercial as well. We've got a couple of commercial as well. There is shops around us. I'll manage that one. Yep. There is a shop in heart of Parramatta. I'll manage that one. We do both.
Yeah. Wow. Okay. Well, it covers a pretty.
Man, once you either got to go all the way in, or don't go in it.
Yeah, 100%.
If I manage residential, I manage commercial. As I say, I love the challenge.
That's fantastic, mate. Conscious that you've got a busy weekend ahead. Thank you so much for joining us on the podcast.
Thank you for having me.
And that is all we have time for today on Secrets of the Top 100 Agents. But until next week, bye-bye.